Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Van Andel Soccer Stadium here on the campus of Hope College. I'm Blaine Risbicki, alongside Carly Van Swol. We're ready for this MIAA women's soccer matchup between the Hope College Flying Dutch and the Bells from St. Mary's College. Hope coming in second place in the MIAA with a 10-2-2 record in conference play. St. Mary's sits in the bottom 0-13. Looking to come up with that first conference win. This would obviously be a marquee victory, or at least a draw even for St. Mary's if they could come out with something here. 58 goals allowed on the season. They've scored only 3 goals in MIAA play. Certainly a tough season for the Bells. Hope has scored 38 goals. They've allowed just 14. Nobody else has scored that many in MIAA play, although Kalamazoo holds a one-game lead over Hope College.
And tonight, it being senior night, it's really special that they can start. Everybody except for Mary Claire Tice will be seniors starting.
And we'll have the national anthem right here, so we'll pause for a moment and we'll be right back after this. All right, and with that national anthem, we are just moments away from getting started here. And the Dutch look to stay in contention for the MIAA title. As I mentioned, a game back from Kalamazoo, sits at 11-1-2 in conference play. And St. Mary's on the other end, down in the cellar at 0-13, just looking to come up with a win or perhaps even a draw here against Hope. Men drew last night 0-0 in their matchup with Kalamazoo. And hopefully we'll see some more goal scoring this evening, a little more action as both teams are just about ready to take the field.
And Hope coming off a 4-1 win against Alma earlier this week. And Elizabeth Perkins, one of our seniors being recognized tonight from Eaton Rapids, Michigan, became the first Flying Dutch to have 20 goals became the Flying Dutch first 20-goal scorer by scoring twice to end their game against Alma. And she now has 34 goals overall in her 3 seasons here. So that was so cool. She surpassed the previous school record shared by Tracy Phelps and Melody Morshek, and both those were in 1996 and 1997. So a long-standing record that she got to break, and what a way to go out on senior night. Continue to get that number up, maybe throughout this game, but she's definitely a force to be reckoned with, especially on the offensive end.
Hope we'll have a chance right away. Perkins tied for 4th in the NCAA Division III level right now in goals scored. Mary Claire Tice back in the net for the Dutch. Natalie Curry, Kendall Dice, Aaron Brophy, Molly Miedema, Allie Wittenbach, Jessie Lockwood, Rachel DeMarini, Jennifer Thalen, Elizabeth Perkins, and Riley Dalton, the starting lineup for the Dutch. It's Curry right away. This senior-heavy lineup here, as you mentioned, for the Dutch. Great to see on senior night. that just about the entirety of this match, we'll see mostly seniors out on the field. And right away, the Dutch are able to win a corner. The rain is pouring down heavily now, and it has been for most of the day here in Holland, Michigan. Temperatures have certainly cooled off. See how both teams deal with these conditions. Corner coming in from Brophy. That one's short. It's cut off right away. Brophy back on it again. He'll have another go into the box. Perkins gets a head on it, but that one's cleared away again. Goalkeeper able to hang on to this one. It's Lisa Felix, Bella Wiseman, Emily Lambert, Kate Basile, Emily Beattie, Ellen Hinchy, Callie Doyle, Emily Rampola, Mary Wandor, Kay Thursby, Jennifer Buck, Leah Robles, all winding down the St. Mary's lineup. Throw in now for the Bells at midfield.
And it's such a special thing that all these seniors can start out tonight, and it's a true testament to how deep Hope's team really is. We talk about how both men's and women's teams here are very sophomore heavy, but Hope's women's soccer team definitely has a lot of seniors that can hold their own out there, and it's really cool to see them play and have one last home game all out on the field together.
Wittenbach stepped on some heels there, called for the foul, so a free kick just past midfield for the Bells. Kate Thursby to take this. Couple minutes, already seen some action. Hope had a corner try. Fouls as well here. We'll see if St. Mary's looks to launch this into the box somewhere. Not quite going to get there. Miedema was the first one on it. Now Natalie Curry looks to run it down. Up ahead, long ball. Perkins down the wing is going to be the first one there. Now inside the box, dangerous spot. Will look to cross it all the way in front. Open for Wittenbach, but Wittenbach overran it. And right away, the Dutch had a chance, first 3 minutes, to score a goal. But just a little bit off there. You wonder if the slick conditions on that turf maybe let that ball skip a bit. Wittenbach couldn't quite recover.
Yeah, beautiful setup by Perkins. Good hustle on her to keep away from offsides, but still beat the defense to that ball and really set up Wittenbach.
Wittenbach perhaps with a chance for her 7th goal in the season. She's 3rd on the team. Just Erin Brophy above with 7 on the season. Perkins, of course, with 20. Back out now for DeMarini. Dalton. Middle of the field, tries to get it out wide and does a good pass. In the corner, Brophy looking to try and create something again. Looks like he lost that one, though. So that'll be a goal kick. Quite get a chance to wrap around on it. Go back to Felix in the goal. So looking at this St. Mary's team, as I mentioned, they certainly haven't had a lot of success in MIAA play. Just 3 goals. They've allowed 58. Felix actually with 2 goals on the season, 1 assist, leading the team. This one sent him with a left foot long but wide, and Wittenbach wasn't quite there either.
It looks like the rain's coming down a lot harder, so since it's been raining all day, the field's already looking very soaked. So we're going to see if those conditions maybe slip the ball in one way or another that the players aren't expecting. We saw that with Perkins and Wittenbach, but that could really be a huge factor for both teams.
Ball out here. We'll have a throw in for the Dutch. Perkins trying to box out the defender. Nice turn up the line. Left foot, send this into the middle, hoping somebody can receive it. Dalton couldn't quite get there initially. Now steps in. Wittenbach trying to get through. One not cleared. Perkins looking to win it, being boxed out by Jennifer Buck. Now Perkins tiptoes the line. The assistant referee on this side, though, going to say that went out. I think he had the right call. Perkins will disagree, but looks to me as though that found its way over the line momentarily.
Yeah, she flirted with the line for a while, but I think right before he called it, she just got it just over the line.
So 5 minutes in. Still no shots. Hoping that we'll see scoring shots in. A team of volume shooters, really. Maybe a chance. Dalton has been known to take shots from this range, does here, but not much trouble for Felix in the net. One step to her right, picked it up off a hop. Now up toward midfield. Back to the Hope defense. Lisa Felix starting in goal. Of course, Leah Robles has started 13 games. This is just the second start for Felix in net. So Felix starting in the goal, actually the leading goal scorer for St. Mary's this year with 2 goals. And a team that, as I mentioned, has struggled to score a lot this season. But definitely probably one of the first times and one of the only times you'll see the starting goalkeeper being the leading scorer on a team, especially in the closing games of the season.
Right, I mean, if Felix is the one that is going to be the reliable in the goal, like, you got to do what you got to do. And hopefully one of your offensive players will step up.
And St. Mary's also out of contention as far as MIAA tournament. So, a chance to mix things up. Robles has started most of the games in that. She's the freshman goalkeeper, whereas Felix is a senior. So you think later on in the season, get a senior a chance to play in the net. So always great to see Felix, the senior, all the way from Escondido, California, playing in that here for Bells.
And looking at that roster, they have a lot of freshmen. So this is a very young team. Yeah, they got a couple senior leaders, but overall, very freshman heavy. So this is probably rebuilding year for them, trying to get used to that collegiate play, and we'll see. Hopefully this experience will help them improve for years to follow.
Wittenbach, also a player known to try from deep outside of that 18-yard box, had her shot blocked. Turn and get it to Curry here. Dutch being patient right here. Now DeMarini lobs it in for Perkins. Going up, Felix. Nice play. Committed and came out. Able to beat Perkins there. Middle of the field where Dice was the first one to meet that ball out. Felix, and Dice will look to go wide. Off the mark for Brophy, though. Just caught this one a bit thin. That's going to skip out. Definitely with this turf, especially a turf that's had a lot of those beads sticking up. Hasn't been resurfaced recently. Getting a lot of rain today. Very slick. The surface that's going to have that ball skipping very easily. First soccer ball to move about as quick as you will typically see it move on the field today. Don't need to put too much into these passes. You can see how quickly it skips over on those crosses and those long through balls. Jesse Lockwood picking the pocket right there. Mary Wandor. So here's Perkins, top of the box, looking to create some space. Left foot shot, blocked. And that one was cleared away. From Polo was there. Brophy now looking to create something. Gets it to Curry, top of the box. Now Curry has to back it out. Over for Dice. Dice, long shot left foot. That one never had a chance. Stayed wide. So a goal kick upcoming.
Hope doing a really great job of dominating as far as the offensive field. St. Mary's not really getting very many chances to even cross the half. Quickly in the first couple minutes, they got it over the on Hope's side, but Hope's defense is just so good and so strong that it's been hard for St. Mary's to even get it across the half line.
And obviously you mentioned the offensive struggles for St. Mary's, so it's not a surprise here that we've seen the ball stay on Hope's offensive third, or at least in midfield for the majority of the game, as they do that to most opponents, let alone a team in St. Mary's that's, as you mentioned, a very young team, a rebuilding team, still trying to figure out what it's like playing at the collegiate level for a lot of these players. And team in St. Mary's that's a shorter roster as well. So players definitely can get experience, so that bodes well for the Bells in the future. As I mentioned, a team played 3 goals, conference played 7 goals overall on the season. Brophy working in the corner to get the throw in, quickly gets it to Perkins, who was ready. Perkins will look to turn on the line, get something into the middle. She does just that. Nobody there to pass. She's going to take a shot herself, and that's off the left post and in. Perkins adding to her season goal total, now at 21. And that was just too easy for Elizabeth Perkins as she looked to find somebody in the middle of the field. St. Mary's, you could tell she was looking that way. Everyone backed off, though. Nobody picked up the ball. She stepped in the middle, got herself into a spot where she could shoot from about 5 or 6 yards out and placed perfectly. That one caromed in off the inside of the left post, and it's a 1-0 lead for the Dutch just over 10 minutes into this game.
And Perk's just really showing off her skills that she has with one-on-one defenders. If you put her just one defender in her way, she has such good foot control and such good ball control that she will get past that defender. And you just saw right there, great shot, way to put herself in the good position to shoot that ball.
And it looked like Riley Dalton just checked out after the goal there, and I think we're going to see Eliza Beard into the game. Back in defense will be the outside back on the right side for the Dutch. So a quick goal for the Dutch and a quick substitution. This one deep over the head of Lockwood. DeMarini keeps this in. And currently trying to figure out who did come out for Beard. Looks like Dalton's still out there, actually. And turns out it was Jen Thalen, the senior, that came out for the Dutch. But it is Eliza Beard in the game for Hope.
A little break in action due to some shoe tying.
And we're just waiting on the goal kick here for St. Mary's. And Kate Thursby back to take this one from the right side. Go that way where Wittenbach and Kate Basile more battling for it. Throw in awarded to Hope. Wittenbach looking to quickly get it in for Perkins. Perkins always so dangerous on those throw-ins, able to box out defenders. Splits through a few here. Top of the box, great pass. Dalton's going to have a chance top of the box, but a great recovery from Callie Doyle, who stepped in and blocked that shot. Looked like Dalton was going to have a wide open look from about 10, 15 yards. That one cleared away by Doyle again. But the way this has looked so far, in just over 10 minutes, looks like Hope is just going to keep launching shots, and it'll probably be a barrage of shots and shots on goal. They've already got 5 shots, 2 on goal here, and about 12 and a half minutes in.
And I think we're going to see a lot of variety of players as far as getting the ball, getting those shots on goals, just because Hope has so many offensive threats, whether that be Curry, whether that be Wittenbach, whether that be DeNarny. Like, there's just so many different options that they can go to, and I think especially tonight, like tonight, Hope's really going to be sharing that ball and trying to get everybody and anybody a good shot at the goal.
DeMarini to throw in here. Perkins couldn't quite get there. We're going to see foul call going against Kate Facil here. So rather than the throw in, DeMarini's just going to have the free kick to a few yards past midfield for the Dutch. Sent ahead. Curry back and forth with Wittenbach, a bit off the mark, but Curry chases it down, and they get it right back. So Dice, middle of the field. And there's Curry, who has all kinds of space. Senior midfielder, now out wide for Wittenbach. Wittenbach trying to get it down the line to send it in. I think she might have been a little late on that. And assistant referee saw the same, so we'll see the goal kick here.
We're seeing a lot of recurring action. Hope trying to get a shot on goal. We get a goal kick. Hope recovers it at the half line. We go back to the same little rotation that we have of Hope trying to score, goal kick, back to the midline. So St. Mary's is really going to have to take control and get that ball over the half to even try to start something for their team.
Throw in here for St. Mary's, who can't just hold out here. Already down a goal to none. And we're almost 15 minutes into this game. going to see the throw in here from DeMarini. Midfield. Curry stepping in, taking it away. No surprise to see Curry working in the way that she does so quickly. Now up ahead, taken away by the Bells. Callie Doyle trying to work up the sideline, plays it off to Maroney, and out. And the throw in now up ahead. Buck couldn't bring it down, and so Lockwood tried to set it ahead looking for Perkins to make a run. She plays it out as well. A lot of downtime right here. Back and forth down the sideline. Team's having trouble keeping it in. Now it's Vasil right on it. Put straight back through to meet him on the defensive end. Gets ahead for Dalton. Dice now steps in. Looks to go out wide. You can just see even that ball that had some air on it, the way it just skipped and stayed low. Tough to bring that ball down. You got to stay in front. Perkins battling. Gets there first and then claims it was touched by the St. Mary's defender. And indeed, the assistant referee is going to agree. She wins the corner. Last touch there. Like Doyle was battling down there with her. And we'll see a corner here. Chance for the Dutch. They'll go with the 5 play here. Currently just 4, though. Here comes the 5th in. It's Dalton. 5 lined up right in the middle. Brophy to take it now. Low line drive. This one short. Turned on. Put toward the net. And we'll see if this is going to be another corner. Indeed it is. Clearance attempt on the goal line from Vasil was whiffed on. So we'll have another corner. So this will be DeMarini now to this side. Dutch are going to change it up. Crowd the keeper this time. They've got 3 right on the goal line. Perkins is going to come out. And Perkins, about 9 times out of 10, is able to get ahead on a good ball. But this one was left short. So no chance. And it'll be a goal kick for the Bells. About 40 degrees and rainy here in Holland. Beautiful day to watch the live stream. So appreciate all of you tuning in.
It is a good day to watch it at the comfort of your own home on a nice couch where you can eat a good snack.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Have the World Series game on the TV.
Oh, yeah.
A little Hope soccer on the laptop. And hopefully the Indians can come away with a win. Dice fires up a long shot over the net. And we're seeing the Dutch be very aggressive. Obviously getting some good looks inside the box, but many players not afraid to fire from deep as well. And much like a basketball player, somebody who, like a Kobe Bryant later in his career, Hope College soccer team, the women's soccer team, volume shooters. They're just going to keep putting up shots, and eventually you're going to get some to go. It's easy to do when their midfield and their defense really help their offense moving the ball forward. They definitely win the time of possession battle, spend most of this game on their offensive third.
And they do a great job of finding each other on offense, finding those open spaces, finding on where the players are going to cut, and just really doing a good job of looking out for each other on the field.
Out wide, Curry now finds DeMarini. DeMarini sends this into the middle. Keeper's going to be the first there. Misplayed. No keeper in the net right now. Wittenbach turns, looks for Curry. The Dutch can't come up with anything initially. Now Wittenbach just turns. Had to go. Not sure where she was going with it, though. Back into the middle now.
St. Mary's starting to clog that middle and inside that box to try to keep an eye on all Hope's forwards and watch all those cuts, but it's very clogged right in the middle of the field, right by the box.
And cleared away here, and you might wonder a lot of times why, it's not as if the St. Mary's team has decided to park the bus. Obviously they're down 1-0, but a Hope team, as I said, that wins so many of the balls in midfield, and their defense so sturdy that they get it up into their offensive third of the field so often that you really have to be great in defense, and you've got to add some extra players down there just to help out as much as you can. This Hope team very aggressive on offense, and they've got everybody up. Just 2 defenders back, everybody else involved. They've got the center backs, Lockwood and Miedema, And even they are 10, 15 yards at times up past midfield. Now Lockwood's going to come up, get involved. So you've got to get your defense in. Dalton going to send this into the middle. Perkins got a head on it. Brophy was in there as well, but it looked like Doyle was there to get in the way.
Hope still really spreading the ball around, trying to find any shot possible with any player, whether it's a header, whether it's a kick, whether it's a boot from 30 yards out. They're really just trying anything at this point.
Brophy tried to play it off a back heel, but out. So throw in here for St. Mary's. They get it in for Mary Wandor, the freshman from Midland, Michigan product, headed south to play at St. Mary's. Perkins hustling here. Senior putting on pressure, showing why she scores so many goals. Big chance here. And Wittenbach perhaps would have liked to have that one back. Put it on the ground right at the goalkeeper. Had a pretty solid open look right there. But shot on goal for the Dutch.
Perkins being one of those leaders, leading by example as well as vocally, being one of the captains on this team, and obviously showing that she can score the goals for her team, but she's also a huge role model for the girls off the field. Overall quality person that a lot of girls look up to, friend to all, and she's just one of those people that you can always go to when they need. So losing her after this senior season is going to be it's going to be sad to see her go, but the mark that she's left on this team has been just incredible.
And as you mentioned, a good mix of these seniors and some youth.
Mm-hmm.
So definitely a team that's going to be able to fill in. Next player up to step in. But yeah, obviously some seniors on this team that have made a huge impact. And they're trying to enjoy one last game at home here, even though the conditions aren't ideal. I'm sure they're going to give it their all. Already a 1-0 lead for the Dutch, and they continue to try and be aggressive on offense. Still just about 23 minutes left in this first half, and it's Dice at midfield. Good ball, splits through a few defenders for Wittenbach. Now Dalton up top. Dice had to go from deep early. We'll see if she does again. This one skips through a couple hops, but it's picked up without much trouble from Felix, the goalkeeper. So Wittenbach now. Send this all the way back to Lockwood. And Dalton back to Wittenbach, who will lob it ahead. Pretty good ball for Perkins. Slowed down a bit, but now Perkins will turn and watch it get deep. She takes it down to the box. Going to look to send it in the middle. Got too much on this, though. Brophy's going to have to try and hustle and chase this down. She'll get there. Now in the box, a little bit too big of a touch. Felix picks this up.
Felix working hard tonight. She's all over the place trying to find those balls over there, and she's doing a great job thus far. For the amount of shots that have been taken, only letting one in, she's just been all over the place and really sturdy for her team.
And Lisa Felix is a senior, as I mentioned, from California, listed as a forward and the leading scorer on this Bell's team. But in the goal this evening, now trying to find Wittenbach up along the left side. This one's just cleared away for a corner. Emily Beatty, a sophomore from Downers Grove, decided to clear this out the back line. Sent into the box here. Felix, the keeper there. Didn't field it cleanly, but off a hop, able to pick it up. No trouble for the Bells. And they escape the corner there. Just past midfield. Wittenbach, chance here. Tried finding Curry making a run. It was deflected. Curry comes down with it anyways. And now Dice. Out wide for Brophy. Into the middle here.
So we got a player down with taking a ball right off the face.
And that shot's going to go just high and out to left. I actually see two St. Mary's players on their knees right now. One being Callie Doyle, who's back up to her feet. But looks like we're going to have the training staff come out. Looks like Emily Lambert, the junior, who's actually from Grand Rapids, a Catholic Central graduate. And we'll take a moment, have a break. 20 minutes, 11 seconds left. And right now, player being looked at, as I mentioned, Emily Lambert, junior from Grand Rapids, Catholic Central. Carly, you're also from Grand Rapids, Grand Rapids Christian graduate. Any chance you know Emily Lambert?
Emily Lambert lives 3 miles away from my house back in Grand Rapids. My best friend from high school is her neighbor, and they've known each other their entire life. So Emily, her little sister Maddie, is a good friend of mine. So small world.
Definitely a small world, all the way down to South Bend to play soccer for St. Mary's right out of Grand Rapids. Always seeing those kinds of connections everywhere you look.
I think that's some of the fun stuff about D3 sports is you see a lot of those players who you've played against in travel ball and just all over the place in general.
Sure. Looking at our senior program here, as Emily Lambert seems to be fine coming off the field, but she'll have a sub. Jordan Marsman will come in, freshman from Ravenna. Jesse Lockwood, a senior for Hope. Says she comes to us from Byron Center, my hometown. I knew Jesse Lockwood back in high school, and all sorts of connections like that throughout D3 sports. So I think you're right there, no doubt about it. And head referee coming over to have a quick chat with the assistant referee on our own side. Both teams are huddled up. We're just waiting to get started here. Seems like Emily Lambert's okay for the moment. Walked off on her own power. So they've got the sub in. So we should be ready to go. And we'll get started here and have just over 20 minutes left in this first half. A 1-0 lead for the Dutch.
20 minutes ago, Hope still up 1-0. Hope definitely in the driver's seat, but soccer is one of those sports that you never know what could happen. St. Mary's can have a goal and tie it up 1-1, and it's a complete game changer.
Yeah, one play is all it takes when you're in a game like this. Up ahead, nice job stepping in by Kay Thursby, and now Thursby on the ball. Moves it over. And Rapola tried to find Wandor, but it's taken away. Here's Brophy showing some speed. Up on the right side, sent in the middle. Perkins back heel. Would have been a beautiful goal, but just didn't quite have the angle. Went a little wide. So it'll be a goal kick for the Bells.
Another one of Hope's strong suit is the speed that they have with Brophy and Natalie Curry right in the middle and Perkins and Wittenbach on the outside. Really do a great job and just beat teams to where the spot that they want to go.
So we're going to, with the whistle here, have a chance for Emily Lambert to come back on. And also let Morgan Bursma come in for the Dutch, and she'll take the place of Kendall Dice, the senior. And Jordan Marsman just going to come right back out. The freshman got a couple minutes of play. And now the goal kick coming out from Kay Thursby. Up ahead looking for Vasil. Now sent long. First time in a while we've seen that Hope defense facing their own goal. Miedema has to run it down. Out wide for Beard. Had to hustle just to keep this in. Brophy up along that right side. Long ball for Perkins. Perkins, nice touch to get it down. Difficult to do in these conditions. Now right across the middle. Chance one time for Hillary Curry. And she couldn't quite catch that one cleanly. And no trouble for the St. Mary's defense. And Felix picks it up, boots it long, just past midfield. Here's Beatty. Beatty being closed in on by Perkins. That one goes out. Throw-in will go to the Dutch. DeMarini at midfield. Now Wittenbach. They're not on the same page there with Perkins. Perkins looked to turn on her defender and go long. Maroney steps in on Buck, able to take that away. Here's Perkins. Thought about taking a look up ahead for Natalie Curry. Instead, out wide to Liza Beard with some space. Sent into the box. Here's Perkins. Gets a head on it. Just wide to the right. Another goal kick upcoming. So Hope just continue to put the pressure on even when they aren't getting shots on goal. Obviously, have that defense chasing you down. And time after time, eventually, you just see them get a chance to score a goal.
A good heads-up play by Liza Beard, getting that ball up so Perkins could have a chance, because Perkins, when she uses her head on those headers, is really good and very accurate. So good heads-up play by her.
Hillary Curry steps in as Vasil tried just to clear that away. Wittenbach with the right foot turned center to the middle. Nobody there but Bells. Burzma on the rebound. Look to go back and forth with Perkins. Good talk there. A nice job clearing it away. Emily Lambert, who's back into the game for the Bells. Right away, the Dutch get it back. Wittenbach turned and had a decent chance. Just got underneath it a bit. Thursby again to take this goal kick. $15 and change left to play here in the first half. The Dutch on a 1-0 lead. And St. Mary's having a tough time getting the ball past midfield. 11 shots already for the Dutch, 4 of them on goal. St. Mary's yet to have a shot. DeMarini. Now Curry. Wittenbach will send it into the middle. This one's tipped. Felix couldn't get it cleanly. Chance for Brophy, but a great recovery from Lambert to step in the way with the block. Brophy had a shot on a goal with the goalie off of her line. Lambert was the last line of defense and able to step in and clear it off. Perkins steps in, being defended by Doyle. Turns into the middle, looks to find Natalie Curry. Wouldn't get there, and Felix is just going to step in and scoop this up. Once again, pretty dangerous. Hope with the ball inside that 18-yard box for a lot of time. And St. Mary's able to escape.
Yeah, normally when Hope has that much time and possession close to the goal, they can find some way and somehow to get it in. But so far this game, Felix has done a great job of scooping the ball up after Hope's had the possession for a while inside the box.
Wiseman now is up there for the Bells, and this one's chipped away on the pass and out, so it'll be a throw-in for the Dutch. Beard will take it. Here's Perkins. High touch, might have taken that off the neck. Tried to bring it down with the chest. Look to go back and forth. St. Mary's able to stifle that run. At midfield, Burzma, Bella Wiseman battling again. Miedema up near midfield. First one there was Emily Rampola. Back and forth we go near midfield. St. Mary's team starting to move ahead more than we've seen for most of the half. Quickly the Dutch get it back. DeMarini up along the left side has Wittenbach. Wittenbach looked to go in the middle. This one's on the ground. A stumble from the defender. Thought maybe Perkins would have a chance, but recovery. Now DeMarini back out to Miedema. And DeMarini, she'll have to run to keep this one in. Gets there. To the middle of the field. Lockwood. At midfield, DeMarini. Now into the middle. Jennifer Buck looking to move it for St. Mary's, but right back, and Hillary Curry was there to take it away. Perkins was stepped in on. Kay Thursby. Now Wandor. Misplayed by Lambert there. Pressure being put on by Brophy. She'll have to go back to her keeper. Felix sends it wide. We'll have a throw in for the Dutch.
And Hope normally one of those fast break teams who likes to get the ball ahead and get those long balls, but great time of practice against Kalamazoo to work on that half field offense, get those one-on-ones for playoff time.
Perkins chipped in the middle, and that one found the back of the net off of Wittenbach. And we've got a player down right near the goal line, but it's a goal for the Dutch. And we're going to have to take a minute here. The player, not sure, but I think it was Kate Vasil right there on the goal line.
They hit heads real hard.
Yeah, no doubt about that. And Wittenbach seems to be all right. And the player who, once again, I believe to be Vasil. Kate Vasil, the senior from Granger, Indiana, was right there on the goal line trying to defend, and she turned and to try and defend the ball, and Wittenbach, I don't think she realized, was right in behind her. And the collision occurred. So good to see, though, that she is moving. It's up to her feet even now, it looks like. She's probably going to be able to walk off on her own power. Looks like Jordan Marsman's going to sub in, as she did for Emily Lambert.
And heads can be really funky. Wittenbach could be completely fine, but St. Mary's player could be injured. It all just depends on where on the head that they hit.
So the goal is scored. It's a 2-0 lead for the Dutch. 12:29 left in this first half. And Kate Vasil walking off on her own power, so that's good to see. The collision, I'm sure the trainers will give her a look just to check, see that she's okay. As I mentioned, just good to see her up and walking around, holding her head. Definitely just got shaken up a bit.
Looks like they're going to have Wittenbach come out as well just to take a check.
Yeah, why not? You're up 2-0. Not a bad idea. Grace Buben is coming into the game, and when we see this kind of substitution for the Dutch, what we'll usually see is we'll see Buben move into the center forward position, and Perkins actually come out on the wing, take the place of the wing that subs out. So Wittenbach coming out, expect to see Perkins coming up on the left wing. And the Dutch in the huddle, they'll break it, and we'll see what we've got going. Head referee out telling both teams time to get restarted here.
Goal number 2 with the assist, number 25, Elizabeth Perkins. With the score.
So Perkins on the assist there, and Wittenbach comes up with the goal. That's the 7th goal of the season for Wittenbach. She ties Erin Brophy for 2nd on the team. Both with 7, Perkins first on the team. 3 times as many as both of them, of course, with the goal today. She's up to 21. So the 12th shot of the game for the Dutch was a goal. Wittenbach's got a goal. Perkins has a goal and an assist. Curry comes away with this one for the Dutch.
12 minutes to go in this first half. Hope still in the driver's seat, feeling much more comfortable with that second goal. Really helps ease the pressure.
So here's Beard. Has a lot of room on that side. Curry with a big touch to get it into the middle. Turn that way and find Buben. Back over to Curry. That's Natalie Curry. Of course, Hillary Curry in as well. Down the line, Brophy gets it in the middle. Perkins there, gets a head on it. That's another goal. And Elizabeth Perkins is up to 22 goals on the season. And when it rains, it pours. And the Dutch are up 3-0, 11:43 left. And boy, we had about 30 seconds between those two goals, it seems. So the Dutch got it in, and a great ball sent in. As we get to see a second look of it there. Beautiful ball in. And Perkins was waiting right on it. Nobody marked her. And Perkins, of course, with height and a very physical player. Plays basketball here at Hope as well, so we know a player that can win some of those physical battles. She stands her ground right in there, and she elevates, puts it right in the back of the net there. Not much resistance for the St. Mary's defense. As we look at the total goals list here in NCAA Division III, Perkins was tied for 4th with 20, but with 2 up to 22 now, which would put her in sole possession of 3rd place overall in NCAA D3 this year. So Perkins continuing to climb on that board. 24 goals is the leading scorer on the season.
And Perkins just being one of the hardest workers I've ever met. Playing 2 sports in college is quite a tall task to maintain, and she does a great job in both sports, being a starter in basketball last year and being such a contributor here on the soccer field and being such a leader on both teams. It's a true testament to her character.
Absolutely. You forget that in just a few short weeks, perhaps she'll be out there on the basketball court, taking care of business out there as well. Scooped up by Felix here. I mentioned Perkins with 22 goals now. Maddie Fleet from Franklin, 24. Paige Berschbach from Ripon, 23. And now 22 in sole possession of third place after being tied for fourth. She jumps Emily Jurgen from Shenandoah. And Perkins, obviously a historic season. 10 minutes left in the half. They send it in the middle again here. Perkins fighting to get inside once again, but she was held off by Emily Beatty. Enough time for Felix to get in there. Felix sends us out toward midfield. Emma LaBounty, the freshman, in for the Bells. Able to get the head on that first, and a chance here for St. Mary's. Beatty out wide, now back to the middle for Beatty. Hillary Curry tries to step in, and looks like the foul going to be called on Curry. A bit too aggressive stepping in. So St. Mary's with a free kick here. It's going to be Kellen Hinchy, the freshman from Wheaton, Illinois, who went to Glenbard West High School, the midfielder. A chance here as they'll spread things out along the top of the box. See who decides to try and make a run. Tice on her toes, right on the goal line. Sent straight into the middle. This will be right at Tice, and Tice picks it up. Always tricky, wondering how that's going to hop on the turf on a day like today. Tice out wide for Perkins. This is about as deep in the field as you'll see Perkins touch the ball typically. As far back in Hope territory. Bursma out wide for Beard. Beard has to wait for it. Emma LaBounty almost caught up. Brophy calling for the ball to go into the middle. It was deflected and kept in by Lambert, but now Brophy's got it back. She'll go into the middle for Perkins. Perkins able to get a touch on it. Couldn't keep it down and turn on it, but still holds on right down near that back line. Perkins, obviously dangerous in this area. Now just taking her time in the corner. See if she tries to win a set piece. Now she'll take off with the left foot sent into the middle, and that's cleared away. Nice job by Emily Beatty to step up. Make sure nobody had a chance for the Dutch. Hillary Curry here. Trying to split through the defense. Finds Bubin, who turns with the right foot. Somehow able to get a shot off by Jordan Marsman, but that one is wide. So that'll be yet another goal kick. Hope now with 14 shots and 6 on goal. St. Mary's picks up their first shot of the game. One of them on goal from that free kick earlier.
And Hope just doing a great job of maintaining the aggressiveness and the type of play that they want to play. Going into this next couple weeks, those are big games. Most likely playing Kalamazoo for conference championship in a little bit. So maintaining that type of play that they want to play is going to be a huge deal.
You've been not quite able to run this one down. Up the line, Perkins battling with Beatty, able to win it. Perkins now up the line. She's going to show some speed off. Gets by Marsman. She'll send it into the middle. That one up top. Bursma is going to be the first one there. She'll take a shot, but that's going wide to the left. And that one gets deflected up front, but the Dutch just keep pouring almost every player they've got out on the field toward the net. Somebody eventually is there to pick it up. This time it was Bursma. Got a pretty good shot on it. Got on top of the ball, drove it well, but just sent it wide to the left a bit. 6.5 to play. As Kay Thursby takes the goal kick. And DeMarini is the last to touch that. It'll be a throw-in for the Bells. Beatty. Up ahead, good pass for LaBounty. Lockwood going to chase this one down. Tice will be there and able to scoop it up.
And Tice's such a smart goalkeeper in every situation. She really knows when to charge and when to stay back.
So here's Hillary Curry out wide now for Perkins. Perkins runs right into Bubin. Not quite the spacing I would assume that they wanted there. Up ahead, brought down by Bursma, who flicks out wide into space. Natalie Curry, now Beard. Brophy will have some room. Sends it up along the top of the box. That was played right off of Emily Rampola and eventually cleared away. Bounty trying to chase it down. Hope defense back, though. So we approach the 5-minute mark here. Rain continuing to fall at Van Andel. Can't really see who's in the crowd here. Can just see the tops of umbrellas from up here in the press box. No surprise at all. Maroney plays this off of Bella Wiseman.
But props to the fans that are here, showing the true devotion to women's Hope soccer.
Yeah, obviously a cold day with some rain up ahead. Perkins not quite going to be able to run this down. Go back over to St. Mary's. Perkins steps in and looked like she was tripped up momentarily by Beatty. So a free kick right here, directly in front of the St. Mary's bench. It'll be DeMarini. DeMarini disappears momentarily to us. And now sends it in. Perkins heads it back toward the middle. Played off the chest of Emily Rampola and cleared away. Eliza Beard steps in. And 3:45 left. The Dutch already with a 3-0 lead, but they're looking to add to it, going to the locker room at halftime. Curry couldn't hang on to that one, though. LaBounty now out wide. Mary Wandor. Bubin trying to put some pressure on here. A back line of St. Mary's. They're going to give it away right to Perkins, but recovering is Jordan Marsman. Almost a wide open chance. Brophy will see if she has a long shot. She does. This one off the post and in. That's a beautiful strike. And a fourth goal for the Dutch. That one snuck in, upper 90, right side. Bar it down, landed past the line, and stayed in as well. No doubt.
That's one you're going to be proud of.
Yeah, absolutely. A great strike there from Brophy. You just turned and had a long shot. We'd seen some long shots for Hope already. That one perfectly placed. It's a 4-0 lead for the Dutch. Just over 3 minutes left in the first half. 15 shots already for the Dutch. I believe that'd be 16. 7 shots on goal. And out of their 7 shots on goal, they've got 4 in the net. As we take a look at the replay of that shot, perfectly placed, bar down for the goal. Great job by our crew capturing that. So we can take a look at it again.
And Brophy was named Offensive Player of the Week last year in the MIAA, and we're seeing exactly why.
Euban. Back to Perkins. This team doesn't quit. Perkins sends it in. Felix isn't going to get there. Open net right now. St. Mary's fortunate that the Dutch didn't have another chance. Throw in now for the Dutch. Beard will have a throw in. Stacked up top. Flick back into the middle. Hillary Curry. Back. Bursma lobs it up. That one on the top of the net. Felix watched it all the way in. Nice play there. Back into Bursma, who had a pretty good look, and that one almost sank underneath the bar as well.
And Bursma coming away with a smile on that one. Just a lot of fun that this team has out there and just enjoys being with each other and playing with each other.
Under 2 to play in the first half. Up ahead, Hillary Curry down the sideline. Rampola steps in. Marsman's there as well. This one's finally going to trickle out. It'll be a goal kick.
Reaching that minute mark. Hope sitting very comfortably going into half.
Goal kick sent ahead here. And 1 minute left here. 4-0 lead for Hope. Just looking into a single game record for most goals for the Dutch. They did score 11 goals against Olivet in 1989. Don't think we'll get to that mark in an 11-0 win. But interestingly enough, just 4 years later, most goals by an opponent against a Hope women's soccer team. Kalamazoo beat Hope 9-0. So 11, the all-time single-game goal-scoring mark for Hope College women's soccer team. 4-0 right now. And as I mentioned, 11 seems to be a bit of a stretch at this point. But certainly pouring it on here. 20 seconds left. One door up ahead. LaBounty near midfield. St. Mary's looking to maybe just get something before the half. Maybe a chance here, but looks like Lockwood's going to beat Beatty back and clear it away. So that'll do it. For half number one from Van Andel Soccer Stadium, it's a 4-0 lead for the Flying Dutch over the Bells from St. Mary's as they head into the locker room. 1 shot and 1 on goal for St. Mary's. 16 shots, 7 on goal for the Dutch. 3 saves for Felix, 1 for Tice. Hope with 4 corners. 3 fouls called on the Dutch, 2 called on St. Mary's. A fairly clean game played so far. So we'll take a break here for halftime. I'm Blaine Wiersbicki with Carly Van Swoel. We'll be back in about 15 minutes for second half action right after this.
Boy, with 4 seconds left in this contest, down by 3.
Fellas, that's a great effort to get back where we are. Now, looks like we got 4 seconds. We got to have a 3. It can't be a 2. We're down 3. And here's what we're going to do. Judge, you're going to make this, and we'll win the game in overtime.
Never into video games. Always outdoors. Always very active, and just an awesome kid to watch him grow up. Fishing, hunting, and just always interesting play.
First time I met Wade was in boarding school my junior year, and he was just known around campus as the wittiest, wisest, youngest, oldest dude you could probably know.
I was kind of skeptical of college. You know, I wasn't really sure. I knew that I really liked to play lacrosse, and I liked wrestling a lot too. And I was definitely ready to be done with prep school and all of that. So I was ready for the next step, but I wasn't exactly sure what that was going to look like yet.
Yeah, I was recruiting Chase, Edgar, looking for midfielders, and Chase recommended Wade, and so they were sort of coming as a package deal. So it was nice to get him. It was nice to get him. We're excited about having him.
I thought I got cut in half because I couldn't feel my body, and it was just like the most like time just like stood still. And I just remember like my entire body was really cold, and then I tried to stand up, but I just fell over immediately. And on the 3rd story of this house, they were putting in a really big single pane glass window, so they needed a bunch of guys to help them get it to the level that they needed it on. And so I was, in order to do this, normally they have a platform with some sort of like a forklift or a man lift or a scissor lift, something like that. So the operator of the forklift put the platform on, which is normally tied down by 2 chains and a lever on the back, and he forgot to tie it down to secure it correctly. So myself and 2 other guys got on the platform and were holding the window, and we were being lifted up, and we got there. We set the window in place, tacked it down just with nails, and we put the caulking around the outside of it. And just one of us shifted just the wrong way, and it tipped the entire platform off. and pulled the window out of the frame at the same time. So we all pretty much started falling, and I remember thinking to myself as I'm falling that I need to get away from the platform. So I tried to jump away from it. And as I did that, there was a concrete like barrier wall at the bottom, and I'm pretty sure, I don't remember exactly, but I'm pretty sure I bounced off of that when I landed, and then I rolled on the other side of it into, you know, like a pile of dirt, and then the platform landed and then rolled right over top of me, and I'm pretty sure that's what did the most damage.
You know, I got an email from the admissions office, like everybody did. I got the same email, and I saw the name, and it just stopped me cold. I mean, I couldn't believe it, and it was unbelievable, really.
For the most part, I've felt pretty hopeless for a pretty consistent like 4 months at that point. The entire time I was in the hospital, really. It was probably the most horrific thing that has ever happened to me. I was afraid of letting myself stop caring about whether or not I lived or didn't, or whether or not my quality of life was ever, reinstated, or whether or not my life would ever get better. So I guess a big part of me getting through that was just kind of being patient, really. I mean, there's nothing that will make you become patient like waiting in a hospital bed for your legs to start moving, or for your back to stop screaming in pain, right?
It was quickly apparent to me that Wade and I were pretty compatible. We bonded over some Ernest Hemingway quotes and books. He sent me, back and forth. We're texting or we're emailing, and he's sending me some things that were inspiring him. And I jumped on the Hemingway stuff because I studied that when I was here at Hope, and so traded some books back and forth and some suggestions, and so it was pretty neat. We had an instant language with one another, and it was it's just like talking to an old friend after a couple weeks.
He would try and text or call me probably every day when I was in the hospital. And the guys on the lacrosse team, some of which I had met, some I hadn't, they were always messaging me on Facebook or sending me emails or texting or calling me, and that was awesome. Just kind of knowing that like I had in a place like Hope where I hadn't really spent a lot of time, or I hadn't really established myself, I had all these people that really cared.
We could tell from what Coach was saying and the things that we were seeing that Coach was showing us that this guy was something special. And before we even met him, we were already taking him into the family. And that's something I've noticed about the team this year is we're really close. We have our struggles, we have our difficulties, and mountains we got to climb over, but we're doing everything together. And I think Wade's played a huge role in that.
I remember I got a massive packet of letters from an accounting class of just all these people I have never even met, writing me letters about, staying strong and how much they're thinking about me or they're praying for me. And that kind of stuff really made all of the difference. It's kind of like in order to be strong, or in order to get through something, you kind of need something to be strong for, So in a lot of ways, the lacrosse team and Coach Chanel's and pretty much the whole Hope community kind of gave me something to hang on to, something to look forward to, so kind of in a lot of ways something to live for.
Everybody calls it the grind, and it's like, it's not a grind, fellas. This is what we wanted to do our whole lives, and here we are having an opportunity to do it, and so we're loving it, and so that's been the biggest impact that he's had on us, is just to put things into perspective for us, and to make sure that we're there for each other as teammates. Everybody has each other's back, and everybody's smiling and playing. This isn't work. This is play.
I could tell the team didn't really have like a common ground to stand upon, and Wade immediately brought that together. You can ask Coach and every other player on the team that there's something different this year between the guys. And I feel Wade is a big factor in that.
I think that Wade is such a refreshing addition to Hope because you see him everywhere. He's all around, in JP's, LJ's, wherever. And he just is so generous with his time. He listens to people. He cares.
The normal transition from high school to college is not what Wade unfortunately had to experience, but Hope it couldn't have been a better school for Wade, no doubt. And we really appreciate that as a family. I know my wife and I and his sisters really appreciate him and being here.
And it's clear that he's been through a lot. He's had his struggles, but everyone goes through their struggles, and I think Wade has really helped the team in their personal lives and outside lacrosse to overcome a lot of challenges, and just whether it's daily or big picture stuff that maybe some of us don't even know about. I think he's really inspired us in that way.
I think that the most courageous thing about him is that he says that this is hard and that some days he doesn't know what's going to get him to the next day. I think that is the most courage I've ever seen someone say.
He told me when he had the accident, Dad, I've had one bad day. One bad day in his life. So that day's over, and this is a new day.
Courage to me would be believing in yourself against all odds.
A man can be destroyed, but never defeated. And that's Wade is a man. Wade is the man. I call him the man. So.
The average person can just, walk 10 feet and it's no big deal, but seeing him do that and really push through and fight just to take every step is really inspiring for the team.
He's using his inability to do what he used to love to inspire people, and I think he's still in the process of figuring out what it is that he loves right now, but he's not wasting a day, that's for sure.
In that process of becoming an Eagle Scout, one of the things they ask is, what makes Wade an Eagle Scout? They ask it to the other scouts, and the one thing they all said, he has courage.
I don't really know, because sometimes throughout this process, and I know this whole award is about courage, and when you first asked me about the award, I was like, well, I don't really know why I'm getting it. It's my life. No one can live it for me. This is the circumstances that I have, and I have to do something with it. But I think it's really not letting circumstances rule your life, and not letting the thing that holds you back define who you are. Something holds everybody back. Everybody has a wheelchair waiting at the edge of their bed in the morning that they get into. I can see, I push mine. You might walk in yours. So there's something that paralyzes everybody. And I think a big part of having courage is being honest with yourself and knowing who you are and realizing that, and then kind of owning it, taking responsibility for it, and understanding that no one can do it for you.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Hope College women's soccer game versus St. Mary's. We just sat through some halftime. It is 4-0 in Hope College's favor. Elizabeth Perkins came in with 2 goals to add to her total that she currently had at 20 to bring her total up to 22. She also has one of the other assists on the game. And St. Mary's coming out at this half really going to have to just do anything that they can take away from this game to get a positive out of it. We talked about this a couple weeks ago in a different game that Hope played in, but just anything that can take away from this game that's a positive, whether that's on the defensive end, offensive end, just one more thing that they can take away from this season. Being at the bottom of the barrel, it can be tough, but to keep that morale up to go into the next season.
No doubt about it, Carly, and both teams out on the field ready to get going. And for St. Mary's, you always kind of wonder, what can you say in the halftime locker room in a situation like this? But, down 4-0, just got to do your best to try and come back and get something started. And the Bells will have the ball right away. So we're underway with that. Here's St. Mary's. Out wide, right near midfield. Now it's LeBounty. Trying to get it moving right away. Beatty, right side. St. Mary's trying to come out aggressive. And I like that look. Why not? Trailing 4-0. Starting the second half. Might as well go all out. Maybe a chance right away. Miedema had to step in. St. Mary's definitely increasing the pressure.
I mean, at this point in the game, what has made St. Mary's got to lose? Do anything and anything that they can take those chances to get those shot on the goal.
But now Brophy up along the right side adds Hillary Curry. Curry looking to take the defender one-on-one. That's Doyle. Now out for Brophy again. Trying to take it right back into the corner. A little bit too big of a touch and lost it. Emily Wondor ends up with it. Now Brophy gets it back. Taken away once again. That was Wiseman who stepped in. Back up now for Wiseman.
And even in these just first minute and a half, we see a lot more energy out of the St. Mary's offense.
Off of the Bells there. Beard's got it back for a throw-in. Just past midfield. And Bola was there. Headed all the way back out, so another chance for the throw-in. This one will find its way to Brophy. He's just going to flick it into the box, hope something happens. But the goalkeeper will be out quick enough to snag it. Felix on it. We'll take a hop near midfield. Beard just going to lob it ahead, but we got the foul called. It'll be a free kick for St. Mary's. Last time the Bells had a free kick, it was their only shot in the first half, and it was a shot on goal. But Tice came up with the save. Kate Thursby, the junior, right near midfield. Is going to send it out toward the top of the box. Beard was there initially, now back on it. Hillary Curry back for Lockwood. Perkins now, who's playing over in that left side, moving up along the wing. They decided to switch sides of the field where they had plenty of room. So now it's Brophy calling out for some help. Hillary Curry has some room. She'll take a go with the left foot. That's blocked off a few St. Mary's players. It'll find its way back to Felix again. Felix sends it up to midfield. Lockwood's able to corral it and get it back for Beard. cut off by Wandor. Into the middle, Dice. Perkins has plenty of space out on that left wing. Don't give Perkins that kind of room. She doesn't even need much usually. Now it's time to set up. Take a look. She'll have a long shot right at Felix, who's there to catch it. I think she might have been trying to find either Brophy or Hillary Curry. Ran to either post.
But it's hard on this Hope offense being a team against them on that defensive end. They just have so many forces that you have to pay attention to.
Brophy turns, sends this into the box. Loose still. That one's going to be a shot. And almost a chance for an own goal there, as Dalton definitely didn't get all of it. Sent a shot that just rolled across the turf without a lot of force behind it. And Felix was right there waiting for it. And the defender came back to clear it out just wide of the post. And it sets up a corner for the Dutch. Aaron Brophy will take it. With the right foot sent into the middle. Perkins gets a head on it, but didn't get to the net. It was cleared away, but not all the way, so it gets right back to the Dutch. Here's Brophy. Left foot into the box. Perkins again. She gets a touch on it, but just wide. Perkins almost just came up with a hat trick. And great ball in. And she volleyed it well, but just a bit wide. So it's still 4-0 to the Dutch. A little over 5 minutes into this half. Hope's got 18 shots already, 8 of them on goal. St. Mary's now just trying to establish some kind of offensive possession here. Give it right back to Perkins. Perkins with some room. Gets it out wide for Brophy. Brophy able to bring it down. Trying to get into the box. Turns with the left foot. It was blocked away by Callie Doyle. But Hope right back with possession. Battling toward the top of the box. Brophy unable to get to this. The right foot just lobbed this one. And that one barely corralled by the netting behind the goal. So goal kick upcoming.
Hope not getting the shots that they had in the first half. Really going more for those long balls, 20, 30 yards out. Trying anything at this point. I mean, they got the lead 4-0, so they're not in too much pressure to score, get in good position, but definitely not the attempts that they had in the first half.
We're going to see the whistle give the free kick to St. Mary's. They're going to try and get it off quick, but I don't think they were quite ready for it. DeMarini plays that off of a St. Mary's player, and instead of the throw-in, Perkins will keep it in. Now to Dice in the middle of the field. All the way out wide for Beard. Beard, who has Brophy up along the right side, but plenty of room for herself. Now finally will try to send the pass there. But Lambert was right there. This one's out off of Callie Doyle. Beard looking to get the throw in. Up ahead. Hillary Curry. That one gets through. Curry in a foot race with Felix. Felix will get there first, and Curry just able to hop over Felix as she slides out, avoid the collision there. A nice play by the St. Mary's goalkeeper to come out. Committed to it early on and prevented a fifth goal. To the middle, Dice had trouble with it. Gets it back out for DeMarini. Curry, nice pass out wide for Perkins. Working up along that left wing, plays it off of a defender. That'll be a corner for the Dutch. So the Dutch just continue to lay it on. Haven't scored yet in this half, but creating more chances. And yet another corner upcoming here for the Dutch.
And Perkins does a great job on that sideline. She brings it up towards the corner and she either takes her player one-on-one or she makes it so her team can get a corner kick. And either way, she puts her team in the best possible position to score.
Ball coming in from DeMarini. Knocked out initially. Hope's going to have it right back. DeMarini's going to have a long shot. Felix right there near post. So the Dutch have had 6 corners. And they've got 9 shots on goal now. 19 shots overall. Natalie Curry wins this one. It's coming back the other way. Out on the wing now. Hillary Curry to Natalie. Natalie Curry, top of the box, finds Dice. Dice has got some room. Will fire with the right foot. This one's saved by Felix. And she will scoop it up. So another shot on goal for the Dutch, who are into double digits now.
And props to Felix. 21 shots by Hope and 10 on goal, and she's really had to work hard this game. Really on those reflexes, on those long balls, tracking those long balls, and even on the short ones inside the box. So good for her as far as this game goes and just having so much pressure on her.
Into the box. And right there waiting was Jordan Marsman, who had subbed in a couple times for injured players in the first half. Saw some playing time. And misplayed there by Lambert. Gives it right back to the Dutch. They'll have a throw-in, but first a substitution coming in for the Dutch. Mallory Beswick, the junior from Grand Haven, getting some playing time here. She'll give Molly Meadema, the senior, a break. Perkins working down into the corner. It looks like Callie Doyle was a bit gimpy there. Perkins tough to keep in front anyways. Now Doyle down to the turf. Into the middle, perfect pass, but Natalie Curry couldn't quite handle it. Still alive inside the box. Here's Hillary Curry. Nice job getting through the defense. She's tripped up, and that's going to be a penalty shot for the Dutch. She was tripped in the box heading in, so we'll see who's going to head to the stripe. And it looks like first we're seeing Rachel DeMarini run in. Let's see what they go with, if they're just going to let Hillary Curry take it herself. Indeed, that's going to be the case. As Hillary Curry, the sophomore from Calvin Christian, getting a chance here after earning the PK, and she slides it in the left side, skipped it across that turf. And that's a fifth goal for the Dutch. 5-0 lead over the Bells. And solid effort there from Felix in the net. But not much you can do. Hillary Curry just placed it well on the left side, hit it firm, and put it in the back of the net.
And Hillary Curry being one of those sophomore studs that we're going to see really make a difference in these next upcoming years. As we see a replay right there by Hillary Curry, perfect placement. She's really going to be a huge impact on this team, really found in her sister's footsteps, Natalie, very well, and already being a contributing factor this year. So it's going to be cool to see how she grows in these next couple of years.
And just like that, another goal. Perkins had it deflected away, and it went up to the top of the box. And was it Dalton who came up with the goal just outside the box right there? And that came in, deflected back out, so an unassisted goal. So just after the one goal, into the back of the net again. Looks like Riley Dalton picking up the goal. It's a 6-0 lead for Hope.
Scoring goal number 6. Number 28, Riley Dalton.
And now another chance already. Hillary Curry trying to run this down. St. Mary's, that's going to make its way out to the right of the corner flag. So we're going to have another corner, the 7th of this match for the Dutch. And I mentioned in the first half, the all-time record for goals in the game for the Dutch, 11, seemed out of reach. But you see a couple goals back-to-back within seconds. You start to wonder, now a corner try as they crowd the keeper up on the goal line. Good ball sent in. A chance there momentarily for Bigelow, who came in but couldn't quite get a head on it. Cleared away. Another throw-in coming in for the Dutch. And let's take a look here at the replay. This one just came out on a rebound and put into the back of the net. So Bigelow now into the middle. Chance here. That one off the post, and that's going to find its way in. Another goal for the Dutch. It's 7-0 now. They just keep on firing. And you wonder if this St. Mary's team has the heart to keep on going when you've got 3 goals now in about a minute.
Yeah, you see a lot of hung heads after that one. I mean, it's tough. Hope's a good team and a good team to play, and it's a crappy night with the rain and just it being so cold.
You see that one just sneak in. So 7-0 lead here for the Dutch. 33 minutes and 16 seconds left. And the Dutch back on the offensive again.
St. Mary's looking a little lost of what they want to do with the ball.
And back to midfield here. Last goal, Curry, Natalie Curry with the assist. Bigelow with the goal for the Dutch. Bigelow challenging here again, stepping through. This one lobbed in the middle. Brophy a header. This one lobbed in just wide. And the Dutch just continue to try and pour it on. Before we get started back up, Jennifer Buck, the freshman from Flint, Michigan, subbed in for the Bells. And now we're going to see a few subs coming in the game for Hope. Timmy Staub, the junior from Ann Arbor, coming in, as well as Murphy Stadelmeyer, sophomore from Midland. And Kristen Marsman, another sophomore, a local product here from Holland Christian graduate, in the game as well. So a lot of new faces starting to come in for the Dutch, but still a few dangerous playmakers out there from that we see as regulars. Brophy being one of them, still in at the right wing spot. So what we're seeing here is these seniors getting a chance to come off here on senior night, get some rest, and celebrate with each other. A lot of underclassmen now, just a few seniors left out there now for Hope. Kendall Dice being one of them. Up to the right side, Felix got a hand on this. I believe that'll be another corner. That'd be the 8th corner of the game for the Dutch. And they're going to say that she did not touch that. So it'll be a goal kick rather than a corner. Looked initially that she dove and got a hand on it, but no, says the official. The assistant referee came running in and said that it would be a goal kick. Dalton with Curry, getting a chance here to look at what this team might look like next year for this Hope College Flying Dutch squad. Of course, Kendall Dice there with a touch, an exception, the senior. Lobbed in here by Brophy. And as I look out there, if I'm not mistaken, I think Dice the only senior actually left on the field.
It's cool to have the seniors have such a great night tonight, all of them being able to start and all of them being able to play. But almost that passing of the torch, as they call it, from these seniors leaving and passing on their legacy to these sophomores and juniors, and especially the sophomore class who's just going to be so dominant.
And we're going to see some subs coming in for the Dutch here in a moment. Up to the top of the box, though, Bigelow. Here's Hillary Curry. Brought down, but play on. And here come the Bells the other way. See if they can counter. Dice trying to step in and does take it away from Thursby. We have 4 subs lined up right now. Everybody's going to come out for the Dutch. Even the goalkeeper could change. Bobbed in for Bigelow. Felix is the first there. It's like Shelby Bowers, the sophomore goalkeeper from Coldwater, going to get a chance to take out Mary Claire Tice. Bursma heading back in. And Anna Bremer and Annie Veld will look to get on the pitch as well in the next opportunity. A completely new lineup out for the Flying Dutch with a 7-0 lead. Still almost half an hour of game clock left.
And it's fun to see so many people on this Hope roster get to play tonight. Special night, it being senior night, to share in some of that on the field. It's just a really cool sight to see.
Sent into the middle. And Felix was right there to pick it up. Headed back by Doyle, but now Hope out on the wing. Brophy Could be one of her last touches. Got to imagine she's going to be one of the players being subbed out, but she'll take this corner here first. Or maybe she won't. We got subs coming in. And indeed, it's going to be Brophy coming out, Dice coming out.
Number 18, Morgan Versman. Number 21.
And I think Beswick coming out as well, who saw a few moments. Nope, Beswick's still out there. Not sure who it was that came out. But as I mentioned, Veld in for the Dutch as well as Bremer. And new goalkeeper Shelby Bowers in. And Morgan Bersman back into the game as well. So it'll be Eliza Beard to take the corner here. 5 stacked up in the middle for the Dutch. Beard, low line drive. Hanging around the front of the goal. Still there. Bigelow maybe had a chance, but it was poked away at the last second. Lob toward the net. Felix was there. Kristen Marsman had to go with the left foot. A little bit less familiar with the look of the lineup for the Dutch right now. Definitely need to look to the program a bit if you're not very familiar with this Hope team to see who's out there making plays.
And we're getting a sneak peek of what we're going to see in these next couple of years with this dominant sophomore class, and some of these juniors are going to be big leaders on this team in the following year.
So here's Beard trying to keep it in. Does. Beswick up ahead. Here's Annie Veld, another Holland area player, West Ottawa graduate, the sophomore. Anna Bremer, who had recently checked in, another sophomore as well from Grand Rapids, graduated from East Grand Rapids High School. East Grand Rapids, who typically dominates Grand Rapids Christian in most of its athletic events in that rivalry. Just giving you a hard time, Carly.
I know.
But now sent ahead, maybe a look here of St. Mary's. Hustling ahead was Emily Beatty. But a few Hope players back to beat her there, Marsman as well as Beswick. Another sub here. Rachel Bragington coming in to get a chance to play. Bragington, sophomore forward. So we saw Bragington check in. Lindsay Coy, it looks like, another sophomore, going to come in. So right now we've got the all-sophomore team out for the Dutch. Bragington, top of the box. See if she'll have a go. Long shot with the left foot. Just a little bit high. Not a bad look.
And throughout the game, Hope having really great shots and luck with those long balls.
Lindsay Coy, who checked in, a sophomore from Flint Powers Catholic. And Bragington from Granville, graduate of Granville High School. Here's St. Mary's pass midfield. Looking to get it up ahead. Maybe a chance here, hustling forward. Down into the corner. Jennifer Buck couldn't quite come up with it. Stadelmeyer was back, but looks like not quite in time. So we'll see a throw-in for St. Mary's. Wandor will take it. Beswick there. Try to clear it away. It'll be another throw-in.
Marsman will take this one.
Lobbed back in. Ball in the offensive third here for St. Mary's. Stadelmeyer turned. Got it away from Marsman, who's got all kinds of room on the left side. To go out wide now. Bragington. Little touch and go. Timmy Staub. That to Bragington. And this one going to go to St. Mary's.
And the sophomore squad really trying to keep that pace that those seniors and those starters really set for this game, really trying to keep that up and maintain that as they play with 23 minutes left in the second half.
Yeah, time winding down right now. St. Mary's just looking to try and make something happen. A lot of subs in for Hope. Trying to see if they can come up with maybe one score here. 7-0 deficit. This one all the way back to Felix, who picks it up. Now here come the Dutch, back the other way. Look to get it all the way up ahead. Here's Anna Bremer in the middle of the field. Taps it back out for Hillary Curry. Hillary Curry into the middle. Annie Veld has a shot with the left foot. It's blocked. Out wide now. Anna Bremer. This one was misplayed by the defender who stepped out. That's Jordan Marsman on defense in the corner. Veld turns with the right foot, but couldn't get around on it. So that'll be a goal kick. A Marsman for either side. Jordan Marsman for the Bells. Kristen Marsman for the Dutch. Both subbed into this game.
At this point, we've talked about in games past, just teams really having to take chances when you're down by this much. Throw anything you got at the goal, whether it's charging everybody or getting that long ball going, just really trying anything at this point to put your team in the best position to make a shot.
Beswick steps in. Bursma was in the way. Hillary Curry comes down with this one. Top of the box here, stepping in to take it away. Gally Doyle. Bursma back to get this one. Now up along the left side, into the middle. Bragginton turns on it. Looking
Perkins now has 49 points this season
to get it up outside the box.
And we just got word that Elizabeth Perkins just scored her 49th goal, which is 49th point, which sets the single season, individual season record for MIAA, which is absolutely incredible for Perkins and really leaving her mark on this school and on the MIAA as a whole.
Yep, Perkins obviously taking part in this match frequently, 2 goals and an assist on the night. And 49 points on the season is an incredible mark. Obviously a lot of goals, but sharing the ball, distributing as well. Has her fair share of assists this year. Middle of the field here, St. Mary's, Buck. But now Hillary Curry takes it away out wide. Bremer decided to the middle, but Doyle was right there on defense.
And Hope really fortunate having those players that can make the goals but also set their teammates up for those goals. Having all-around versatile players you can do who are multi-talented in skills in soccer, which is so helpful to have.
Into the box here, a chance, and Timmy Staub had an open look. Couldn't quite finish. The junior Staub was able to get in, had an open look. We saw in the last home game last Wednesday, where the Dutch Staub also had a chance on an open shot, went off the right post. The junior seen some playing time in a few games. He's had a few chances, just not quite able to finish. Dragging it now to Bremer. Gets inside the box. This one's cleared away by Doyle at the last second.
Looks like we'll get a goal kick for St. Mary's.
We'll have the free kick here called. Just had the foul called in the box there. Bursma was there. Now it's Hillary Curry out for Bremer. Up ahead looking for Veld. Veld steps in. This will go to the Dutch on the throw-in. Lindsay Coy. Now Curry back for Bursma. Hillary Curry made a run into the box there, but a little bit too long. Felix over to scoop it up.
We don't see much of a spark out of St. Mary's. It looks like in this latter half of the second half, they're really focusing on just trying to keep the ball out of their own net. We see a little bit of offensive spark right here, but as a whole, there hasn't been a whole lot of energy or even aggressiveness on the offensive end for St. Mary's.
It's tough to do when you're down 7-0 in a game, especially a season where you've scored just 3 goals in all of MIAA play in 13 matches so far. This is the 14th. Just 3 goals, so difficult to have that kind of energy, I think, and maintain that at this point in the season. A late game, cold night, on the road all the way up to Michigan. Long shot there, no trouble for Felix. It can definitely be difficult.
Yeah, and this steady rain, which is just such a pain to have. It's not your ideal night for a soccer game.
Curry going up the middle. Looked like she was bumped from behind. So we'll get the foul called here. Free kick. We'll see if somebody has a long shot try. 25 shots for the Dutch this evening so far. 14 have been on goal, and they've scored 7 times. So very efficient with shots on goal. Found the back of the net 50% of the time. Just looking at another replay of the long shot there. Felix didn't have trouble. We'll see if they try to take it direct here. Or if they try to find somebody. It's Stadelmeyer. Sends it in. She will go directly in, and Felix couldn't handle it cleanly, so that's going to be a corner for the Dutch. As we take a look at that one more time very quickly in, Felix across, but just couldn't quite play it. So it goes out, another corner in. This will be the 8th corner of the game for the Dutch. Sent in. Bragginton tried to step ahead, but Felix slid in front. Goalkeeper able to do her job there. Lisa Felix stepping in and making the play. Felix out wide here. Ella Wiseman's there, but can't come up with it. So the throw in here for Hope. Up ahead here, Ella Wiseman to midfield, cleared back away. Just going back and forth. Jennifer Buck tries to run it down. But looked like Beswick was there to defend. Annie Veld now into the middle. Bragginton turns out wide. Here's Anna Bremer. Nice flick off to her right. What a great recovery from Callie Doyle to step in.
And it's fun to see. You look down at the sideline at Hope's bench, and all those seniors are really into this game, really pumping up the sophomores and juniors that are out there. And even though they might be done for the game, they're just still encouraging, which is just awesome to see.
Of course, still a few games left this season for the Dutch. Obviously, this being the last home game. But Thursday, the women's MIAA tournament will start on Thursday, November 3rd. And Hope obviously has clinched a spot. And they will finish in that second place spot and be able to host the 3 seed. So just waiting to see. It's always interesting when you have senior night, but in the end, you probably will get another game on your home field. But nonetheless, the seniors definitely enjoying this last regular season game in what's going to be a big victory over St. Mary's, up 7-0 right now.
And hopefully this next home game will be a little bit nicer weather.
Yeah, no doubt. Not the nicest day here in Holland. Ball up ahead. Beswick able to run it down. Get it out for Lindsay Coy. Looking at right around 40 degrees with constant showers here in Holland this evening. We finally decided to turn the heat on in our house. It's just getting a little bit too out of hand at this point.
Probably a smart idea. Being on the lakeshore, you never know what kind of weather you're going to get.
Bragginton able to find Hillary Curry with all sorts of open space. She's got somebody out wide. who was just on. Timmy Staub, I think that was, turned and had to go with the right foot, but never left the turf, and Felix was able to scoop it up. So now it's Felix, who's going to send it long out near midfield. Bursma was the first one there. Kristen Marsman out wide. Timmy Staub now on the wing. Curry goes back to Staub. Felix looked to boot it away in the middle. Hillary Curry wins it. And Felix not in the net, but Curry missed wide to the right. Already had a goal on a PK earlier. Could have had two there with no keeper in the net, but just couldn't find a shot inside that right post. "12 minutes and change left. And the second half is just been, for the most part, down on the south end of the field here as Hope, with all reserves in, continue to put it on. Veld will have a long shot with the right foot, but it's right in the middle of the net, straight at the keeper, Felix. Felix starting to rack up those saves as Hope continues to put on shots.
Yeah, 16 shots on goal for Hope now, so Felix really getting her work cut out for her tonight.
Indeed, that's 9 saves now for Felix. Always tough when you're a goalkeeper. You've got to play against 16 shots on goal.
But props to her for coming into this position during the season and not being this main position, but coming in here and doing a great job and doing whatever is needed for her team.
So here's Braggington. Left some room. Pretty good ball ahead for Veld. First to the back there was Kay Thursby. Now Bremer, the left foot, into the middle. Got by a few defenders, but finally in the back, Emily Rampolo was able to clear it away. Rain has not stopped, just continues to fall. Bursma lines up a long shot, but this one's going to hook well wide of the left post. So it stays 7-0, about 11 minutes left here. You've got a lot of players out there right now who are looking to find a goal. That would be the first goal of their season. Bursma on the shot right there. Definitely would be her first goal. Just trying to get her first point inside. Bremer. This one's chipped away. We'll have another goal kick. Hope just continues to play aggressively and keep the ball as close to the opposing goal as possible for the majority of the game.
Hope still dominating on St. Mary's half the field and getting a lot of shots in and a lot of practice for this sophomore squad.
Bursma, the header, straight into the air. Foul going to be called, so it'll go over to St. Mary's. So we've got the free kick. Kay Thursby. Sent in with the right foot. Now Bremer looked to play this one, and it couldn't be handled by LeBounty, so another throw in for the Dutch. Long ball sent ahead from Bursma. This one skips off the turf and settles down. Hustling down to grab it. Anna Bremer gets by one defender. Up top for Bursma. Now Hillary Curry. Sets it back out wide. Right foot, long shot. Felix picks it up on a hop. Ball near midfield, brought down. Annie Veld there, Bremer as well. Lindsay Coy. Now Braggington into the middle, having to go here. Staub was well defended by Emily Lambert. Felix on it again. Shelby Bowers checked into the game to play goalkeeper for the Dutch. Sophomore from Coldwater, jumping up and down near the top of the 18, just trying to stay warm out there. I don't think I've really taken a look her way yet since she's been in. So Hope continues to keep it in their offensive third of the field. Braganton turns, has some space, now sends a shot with the left foot. Felix goes over and gets it. Braganton didn't quite get all of that shot. 7-0 lead still for the Dutch as time winding down. Under 8 minutes left to play.
This is good practice for the sophomore squad to be able to get that experience together in a game-like situation, work on that spacing that Hope starters do so well, and just really practice that in order for next season. And you never know when one of these players is going to be needed in playoffs.
Veld called for the foul there. Doyle was battling with her for possession. So the free kick now. Dave Thursby up to take it, the junior. Park Ridge, Illinois. Moving the troops over, trying to figure this out. Up ahead, Bremer there. Now Veld chips it ahead. Braganton trying to make a run for it. Felix outside of the box is going to have to just box out Braganton and watch it go out. Braganton fighting right to the end there. And now we have a complete line change coming in as we're going to see the seniors back onto the field here for the Dutch for 6.5 minutes. So good luck to Darren Deistermars, our PA announcer, as we see entire line change coming back in. We can assume, look at our seniors. We've got Lockwood, we've got Thalen, Miedema, DeMarity, that whole back line. We've got Dice back in, Natalie Curry, and Perkins as well. So all of those seniors coming back in. One last try. Now back to Miedema, who misplays that. We went from having no seniors on the field all of a sudden to having 7 seniors, all 7 on the field for the Dutch, just subbed in.
And it's a fun way to go out on your senior season. You come out of this field together and you leave it together.
Bremer now to the middle for Curry. Dangerous, though. Dutch bringing back all these seniors. And they look like they want to add on another goal here already with a 7-0 lead. Hinchy up ahead. Miedema watches this one go back for Thalen. Jen Thalen, the senior from Bloomfield Hills. Back in on the defensive end. Here's Braganton. Ball up ahead for Curry. Curry stops. We'll have a go with the right foot here. She misses just wide. The senior had a great look. Couldn't keep it inside that right post. But it appears as though we had a touch on that. That definitely redirected the shot. So we'll have a corner. Boy, that seemed like a great chance. It definitely was a great chance for Natalie Curry. It's Dice that'll take this corner, Kendall Dice, and everybody up ahead except for Jen Thalen back near midfield. Perkins was in, almost had another chance there. This one keeps in. Dice, and that one doesn't feel good. Trying to send it back in. That's off the face of Jordan Marsman. And Perkins is just going to give her a second.
Yeah, when it's cold and that ball hits the face, it already hurts in general, but that sting from the cold is going to hurt even worse.
And a classy move there from Perkins, the senior, just going to tap that one out. You're up 7-0. Obviously, you know, senior night. These players are out here still going to play hard. They always do whenever they're on the field, and that's why they're so successful. But right there, you just have a player shaking up for the Bells. So Perkins will tap it out. Emily Beattie, the sophomore, back into the game for the Bells. one here. Taken by Lockwood. 3.5 left. Throw in now, Bragginton. Working through. Now up top for Dice. Swings it out wide. I think she was looking for Natalie Curry, and Curry's going to end up with it still somehow. But knocked away by Mary Wandor. Up the wing on the left side, Perkins. She gets to it. Now she'll go down the line. Looks like she's going to try and get a teammate, and that's going to find its way somehow into the back of the net. That looked like it was going out. And amazing. That's kept in. And Perkins sent it into the middle. And as we take a look at the replay here, it's sent in. And Felix dove out to get a hand on it. And goal scored there. Dutch now with 8. And right away back on it. Perkins chips it ahead for Bragginton.
Number 6, Rachel Bragginton.
Curry up top here. Looked to be lobbed in by Miedema. Right foot sent in, long shot. Felix wasn't going to be able to get back on that, and it was just wide of the post. Almost goal number 9 on the long try from Bragginton, who just scored that 8th goal of the game for the Dutch. A Thursby again with the goal kick under 2 minutes. Bragginton able to chip this back into the 18, and Felix is right there to pick it up. So not much time. This game winding down, obviously complete domination from the Dutch, and on paper this looked like a lopsided matchup coming in. With only 3 goals scored this year for St. Mary's, they'd allowed 58 goals on the season. Hope scored 38, allowed 14. So just looking at these teams' records, you had a feeling that it would be the Dutch here. Maybe a chance, though, late on. And Bowers got a hand on that just outside the box. The assistant referee noticed it. And Shelby Bowers, the sophomore goalkeeper, just got a little over anxious and picked that ball up just outside the box. So with a minute left, certainly going to have the best chance of the game for the Bells here. And Kelly Hinchy, the freshman, is going to line up, try and take this. Hope trying to set up the wall. And can the Bells come up with a goal here? The closing seconds. Hinchy with the right foot sends it in right at Bowers. There with the save to preserve the shutout for the Dutch.
Good job by Bowers making up for her own mistake.
And coming in, making the play. And she put it dead center, and she was there. 15 seconds left, and even here with an 8-0 lead, Hope not quitting. Bragginton in the corner. Taps it off now for Perkins. Perkins turns. Looking to spread the love a little bit here. Thought maybe she had one more chance, but nonetheless, it's an 8-0 victory for the Hope College Flying Dutch over the Bells from St. Mary's. And the Dutch will improve on the season to 12-3-2 overall, and they're 11-2-2 in MIAA play. Kalamazoo off. They've got a half-game lead now on the Dutch. Kalamazoo with a couple games left, so definitely be interesting to see how things end up in the standings. Looking at our stats, 2 shots, both on goal for St. Mary's. Of course, that one late there. 31 shots for the Dutch. They put 18 on goal, 10 saves for Felix, as there were 8 goals scored, 9 corners for the Dutch, 5 fouls on Hope, and 3 fouls on St. Mary's. So not much we can say about this game. The Dutch definitely dominated. And they'll look to see how Kalamazoo does in these next few games. And we'll have The next broadcast will be 1 p.m. football as the Dutchmen take on Kalamazoo at home from Smith Stadium. So that's our next broadcast here at Hope. So make sure you tune in Saturday. Thanks for tuning in this evening. The Dutch take an 8-0 win here on senior night over St. Mary's. For Carly Van Swol, I'm Blaine Wiersbicki. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.